Okay. Okay. We have real functions. I told you what is real function. Real functions. In this, we have types. So what is this real function? Real function means a function from A to B is called real function if condition A is also subset of real numbers and B is also subset of real numbers. Okay, this is what is real function. So now, whenever we say real function, we know that A is subset of real number and B is also subset of real number. But you don't know what is A, what is B. But you know it is subset of real number. What are the subsets of real number? Natural number is subset of whole number, is subset of integers, is subset of rational numbers, which is subset of real numbers, which is subset of complex numbers. But complex numbers we don't need to have in this real functions. We don't need. Here real and also real function means this real number set of real numbers means both rational and irrational together is a real number. This all that means whatever set we take actually that is subset of real numbers only, except this complex number. Okay, in real functions, domain and codomain. Codomain they will give, but domain and range will not be given. Real functions, what? Domain and range. Domain and range has to be found. And they won't give. What is domain and range? That we need to find. Okay, for real functions, what is the domain? Domain of real function. Generally, domain, what is the definition? Domain of real function. Okay, this domain we need to find. Domain of, they won't give. We need to find what is domain of real functions. Domain of real function is
set of all the elements in set A.
Domain of real function is, see, I am writing like this. Domain is, I am writing D equal to set of all those real numbers for which f of x is defined in real numbers. Defined in real numbers means f of x we should get in real numbers, or you can say simply, or domain is nothing but set of all those real numbers. Okay, for this f of x is also real. Okay, so for example, what is the domain of f of x equal to, I'll give few 1 by x comma. Okay, this is my first question, 1 by x. First question. Second question, 1 by x square plus 1. Third question, 1 by x square minus 1. Fourth question, 2x by 3x minus 1. Fifth question, under root of x minus 2. Just for the sake of giving, I am giving this just to explain what is domain. See, this means real function. Why it is given? Real function meaning itself is that f of x equal to 1 by x will be given. Then we should understand 1 by x is a function. Simply it is a function. We should understand this is a real function for which domain is what? Domain is all real numbers for which this function is defined. F of x is defined means what? Function. See, whenever we write f of x, we should understand this f of x means only we write images. What is the image we are writing? Yes or no? I was explaining that other day. That here, what is, here x means what? X represents set of, x represents element from domain. F of x means what? Its image. So if we write f of x, that means everything is there. 1 by x is 1 by x is written. Now here where this function is f of x equal to 1 by x. Now what is the domain? Domain means what? Set of all those real numbers for which f of x is defined in real numbers. Defined in real numbers means what? F of x is also real. Here where f of x is not defined, when x is equal to 0, it is not defined. Very simple. When x equal to 0, it's not defined. So therefore, now domain, for first question, what is the domain? Domain is, for first question, What is the domain?
Minus infinity to 0 and
0 to infinity.
yes, sir.
Okay. So here, okay, we'll not write all. Simply we'll write domain is what we'll write. All real numbers, but not 0. Okay. As you said, this is minus infinity to 0 open. That means 0 is not included. Union 0 to infinity, which is same. Both are same. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Both are same. All real numbers, but not 0. 0 is excluded here. Set to 0 excluded. Here minus infinity to 0, union 0 to infinity. That means except 0. 0 is deleted. Okay, for second, so here that means what you see here, all real numbers for which f of x is defined. So where it is not defined, so here only one point it is not defined, to that point we remove. Okay, f of x is also should be real, f of x should be real number. So here f of x is real number for every x except 0. If x equal to 0, it's not, no more real number. We don't say it's real number. Okay, now second point, second question. What is the domain of this? What's the domain of this? Very simple. Domain is
All real numbers.
very good, all real numbers. So third question, what's the domain? Domain is all real numbers, but not
1
and
or minus 1.
very good.
Minus 1.
Plus or minus. Good. So for this, I think you understand. Now where f of x is defined, that's what we should see. So yeah, instead of that, where it is not defined, those points we can, it is defined for all real numbers, but not 1 by 3. It is defined for fifth question. It is defined for x minus 2. This should be greater than or equal to 0. Then only it's real. No? F of x should be real. No? F of x is real. F of x is real means what? What is f of x here? Root of x minus 2 is real. When it is real, when x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 0, it is real.
Yes, sir.
So when x is greater than or equal to 2, it's real. That means what? X belongs to closed 2 to infinity. Hope you got this. Closed 2 to infinity. This is. Okay. That means if it is less than 2, that is what? 1.99 also it is not defined, you see here. If you put here 1.99, what will happen? You will get root of negative number, then that's not real. That's not real. Then we say that's not real, or f of x is not defined in real numbers. Yes or no? 1.99 it's not defined. Root of some negative number you get. X is 1.99. Hope you got it.
Yes, sir.
So that is what is the domain. So now what I'm saying is f of x equal to, they say f of x equal to either this or this or this or this. So simply means that's a real function. Real function means what? Domain and range. We need to understand just by seeing the function. Okay, then what shall we do now? We'll discuss about special cases of real functions. Okay, what are real functions? We discussed, right? So now, what are the types of real functions? We won't discuss all the real functions, but some real functions. Okay, we'll discuss some real functions. First, number 1. Real functions types, this is number 1 is polynomial function. Polynomial function. What is this polynomial function?
Can we also discuss the range of a real function?
Yeah, we'll discuss. This is only I am giving. This is only just to explain what is the domain of real function. I discussed this. These examples I discussed. I told you definition of the domain. Okay.
Yes.
So that is the reason I gave. But here we are going to discuss step by step. You will be very, very clear. Polynomial function, because no, this domain and range depends on what kind of function it is. Okay, now here polynomial function is there. What is this polynomial function? And then domain, what is its domain? What is its range? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this polynomial function now, what is this polynomial function? A polynomial is called simple, a polynomial is called polynomial function. A polynomial in one variable. Polynomial in one variable x. Okay, very simple. Polynomial function means a polynomial in one variable x. That is, what is that? We know what is that? F of x equal to generally a naught x to the power of n, a0, okay, a1 x to the power of n minus 2, a2 x to the power of n minus 2, okay, plus so on up to a n minus 1 x to the power of 1 plus a n x to the power of 0, that we don't find. General form is this, where n is a natural number. Okay, or you can say even like this, non-negative integer. Okay, all the powers should be non-negative integers. Simply all the powers should be, what I'll write is, all the powers should be here, n is whole number, I write, or n are n minus 1, n minus 2, all are whole numbers. Okay, so what is polynomial? Generally, definition of the polynomial is an algebraic expression in which the power of variable is non-negative integer, we say. That is what is polynomial. So simply a polynomial is called polynomial function. So here, where n is this, and also here we should say a0, comma a1, comma a2. These are all coefficients. These coefficients are real numbers. Okay, then this is real polynomial function. Coefficients are all real numbers. Okay, this very simply you can see. Okay, this is, for example, this is 2. I am writing wantedly 2. This is also polynomial function, comma 2x minus 3, comma 5x square plus 4x minus 2, comma x cube plus 5. These are all you can see. This is called constant polynomial. This is called linear polynomial. This is called quadratic polynomial. This is called cubic polynomial. Then biquadratic, and then next to 50th degree, so on, 60th degree. These are all polynomials. Simply these polynomials are called polynomial functions. If you see here, this is called 0 degree. Nothing is there in 0 degree. This is linear, means first degree. This is second degree, highest 4. This is third degree. This is fourth degree. Okay, this is polynomials. These polynomials are simply called polynomial functions. Simple. Okay. Now, if you see here, domain. What is domain and range? See, what is domain? Domain is what? Range is what? Domain of polynomial function is always all real numbers. Why? It is defined for all real numbers. Okay. X you can take. What are the x, what are the values that x takes? X assumes any value. Okay, therefore, so x can be any real number. Okay, right here x can take any value. There is no problem. Okay, it's not in denominator, there is no root. There is no root also. There is no denominator also. Therefore, all real numbers. Whenever we say polynomial function, domain is all real numbers. Then comes range. What is range? What is range? This is a question. Range, this range depends on this range depends. It's not that the range is always real numbers. No, range we need to find. This we need to find according to question. Fine. Now we'll see. Okay, according to, so here I am telling polynomial functions. In this polynomial function, I am telling now types. I am telling this polynomial alone is called polynomial function because you learned in 9th and 10th grade. Polynomial. Okay, constant polynomial, linear polynomial, quadratic, biquadratic, cubic, and all, So now we'll try to find range for this polynomial functions. Okay. So now in the first, this polynomial function, first constant polynomial is called constant function. constant function. Okay, constant polynomial is called constant function. What is it? F of x equal to a constant. I am writing k. What is k here? What is k? K is any real number. It can be any real number. Hope you understand. Here I wrote f of x equal to 2, I wrote. Okay, this is constant polynomial. That means constant alone is called constant polynomial. For all x belongs to real numbers. X whatever, here see, x is what? X is any real number. I told you already, polynomial function means x is any real number. Here, x can take any real number. And whatever real number you take x also, f of x is only constant. Okay, now for example, you see, for example, f of x equal to, right, f of x equal to 5 by 3, let's say. F of x equal to 5 by 3 minus 2 minus 3, whatever it is. So I gave one example here. This is, okay, here what is domain and what is range is a question. Domain already we discussed, so we need not discuss again. Domain is all real numbers. For every polynomial function, whatever polynomial function you have, polynomial function means domain is all real numbers. Now range. What is range here? Very simple. Here, see, for all real numbers, it is only constant. What is range, you know? What is range? Range is set k, singleton set k.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here, what is the range here? Range is simply 5 by 3. Why? Because actually here we can see the graph of this. What is the graph? F of x means y. F of x or y is same. Same in the sense, f of x means we represent this. If you take the graph, f of x we represent on y-axis. Therefore, sometimes we write y. F of x equal to we write y. Okay. So here, this is simply y equal to 5 by 3. So we'll draw the graph for this. Now let's say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Okay, this 5 by 3. 5 by 3 means what? It is 1 point something. 1 point something. 5 by 3 means 1 point. Maybe this is, yeah, this is y equal to 5 by. This is a graph, constant function graph. Yes. Okay, hope you got this. Y equal to 5 by 3. Okay, now you see here, range means, yeah, what is domain? Domain means, see, wherever graph is there, okay, by seeing graph also you should be able to tell. So like this, here graph is there or not? That means what? Domain means you should take on x-axis, range means you should take on y-axis. So here, if you drop this line, if you drop perpendiculars from this graph, so that means what? Minus infinity to plus infinity. Graph is there from minus infinity to plus infinity. You can draw the graph. That means what? That means domain is minus infinity to plus infinity all. What is range? Range means what? You should draw perpendicular on y-axis. So that means only 1 point is there here. Only 1 point. For whatever x you take, also y value is same. That is 5 by 3. That is what is range. Okay, range is. So now constant polynomial or constant function, right? Okay, polynomial function first type is constant function. For that domain is singleton set. Okay, the arrow diagram if you draw, whatever 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2, whatever you take, here only 5 by 3 is there. These are all connected to 1 only. Though here you have, what here you have minus 1, 0, everything you have in this, but it is connected to 5 by 3 only. Everything is connected to 5 by 3 constant function. Okay, that's simple. Next, identity function, no, linear function. Linear function. Okay, linear function. What is this linear function? F of x equal to ax plus b. Okay, this is a linear function. Or this you can write as y equal to ax plus b, y equal to mx plus c form. You remember, I think you remember from straight line. This is a straight line. So here, what is the domain? Domain is all real numbers. What is range? Range we will see. What is range? See.
Can I have a small doubt?
Yes, yes.
So is there a graph for polynomial function?
What?
Uh, so you gave a graph for constant function, right?
Yes.
Is there a graph for polynomial function also?
Yeah. Polynomial function means it's not one. Polynomial functions, you have different types. So this is constant function is a polynomial function. The graph is straight line. This is horizontal line parallel to or straight line parallel to x-axis. Okay, this is polynomial
Yes.
function means depending on this is polynomial function is not just one type. Polynomial functions are there are types of polynomial functions. Okay, there are types of polynomial functions. So first type is constant function. The graph is this. Now I'm telling you second type of polynomial function, that is linear function. Linear polynomial is called simply linear function. Okay, so just time these are all see polynomial function. These are all called polynomial functions only. Na? Constant function is a polynomial function. Linear function is a polynomial function. In this, what is a range of this? Range is all real numbers. Domain is all real numbers anyway. Range is all real numbers. So why range is all real numbers? You see, how do you find range? Now you have a question. How do you find? See, x is a real number. When x is a real number, see, for example, here I am telling you example. F of x equal to simply 2x plus 3 or 2x minus 3, whatever you want. You can. I'm telling you an example here. So x is a real number. Then what will happen? Ax is also real number. Yeah, here ax or 2x is a real number also. Then 2x minus 3, this is also real number. This is also real number. So therefore, what we say? Range is all real numbers. So here, if at all you want to draw the graph, okay, if you draw the graph also, you can see. Draw the graph and see. So here, how do you draw this? Y equal to mx plus c. M is what? 2. When m is 2, that is positive. M is 2, that's positive. Y is c, constant. What is constant here? Yeah, m is 2. And then what is there? C. What is c? Minus 3. So y intercept is minus 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Like this. M is what is 2? M is 2 means what? Like this it is. M is 2 means it is acute angle. Tan theta is 2. Tan theta is 2 means what? Tan theta 2 means what? Theta belongs to. I don't say exact angle, but I can say 45 degrees to 60 degrees is root 3. Yeah, 60 degrees to 90 degrees. Between 60 to 90 degrees, because 60 degrees is root 3, 1.7. Okay, this 2 means like that. So more than 60 degrees, so approximately I drawn. Okay, yeah, like this. You can draw like this, more than 60 degrees, like this. Or if you want to see x-intercept, also we can find what for x-intercept, see y equal to 2x minus 3. So for x-intercept, y you have to put 0. Then what you get, x equal to 3 by 2. 3 by 2 means what? Like this. So this is 0, 3 by 2. This is 1, this is 2, 3 by 2 is 1.5. Like this. The graph is like this. Graph will be like this. Like this. Graph will be something like this. Yeah, anyway. So why I am saying this is, see here, just by seeing the graph also you should understand. See, now for this x value, this is the y value. For this x value, this is the y value. For this x, that means what? Whatever x value you take, you are getting y value. So all those x values constitute domain. So here for this x value, this is the y value you have. And for this y value, see, yeah, like this. So that means what? Graph is going to minus infinity to plus infinity. The graph is going to from minus infinity to plus infinity, all the values are there on y-axis, and minus infinity to plus infinity, all the values are there on x-axis. So that's why I'm discussing this linear function. Domain is what? All real numbers. Domain is all real numbers. Range is also all real numbers. Okay. So that means, so for example, y equal to, that means range, you should be able to find pre-image. Range means what? Set of pre-images. Set of pre-images. For example, now domain, yeah, I'm taking, see, for example, I am taking 100. F of x equal to, I'm taking 100. So that means what here? Image is 100. When image is 100, what is the pre-image? That is 2x minus 3 value is 100. So that is 2x is 103. X is what? 103 by 2. That means 51.5. So when x is 51.5, when x is somewhere here 51 point is, y value is 103. Sorry, y value is 100. Like that, you can find out pre-image for every, that meaning is that. Hope you are able to understand. Meaning is that. So when x is real number, 2x minus 3 is also real number. That means for every image, you can find a pre-image. Okay, that means what? All real numbers. Hope you understand this graph is going, say, minus infinity to plus infinity, it's going. That means all real numbers is the range. So that is linear function. Okay, this is also polynomial function. Constant polynomial is constant function. Linear polynomial is linear function. Okay, then you will get more clarity. We'll go to next 4. Quadratic polynomial or quadratic function. Because it's functions, I am writing just quadratic function. Okay, f of x equal to ax square plus bx plus c, where a not equal to 0 is called quadratic function. For example, f of x equal to, I am writing simply some x square minus 3x plus 2. Wantedly, I am writing some simple function here. Okay, domain, you know, all real numbers. Range, how to find out, I will tell you. So first of all, you must have drawn the graphs of quadratic functions or quadratic polynomial in 9th and 10th grade, you must have drawn. So if you see its graph, approximately. So what are this? F of x equal to, wantedly I wrote this because this is x minus 1 into x minus 2. Simply we can factorize. Okay, x minus 1 into x minus 2. So let's take, this is some y-axis. And this is 0. I'm taking here, this is 1 and this is 2. And your graph will be like this. Graph will be like this. Yeah. So graph will be like this. Yeah. So when x is 0, y is 2. When x is 0, y is 2. So this is 1, this is 2. Yeah, this is 2, like this. It will come. When x is 0, y is 2, like this. So from like this, it's go. It will go like this, and it is like this. The graph will be like this. Hope you are able to understand. Okay, this is a graph. That is parabola. Graph is always parabola. Parabola. Okay. Graph is parabola. And here 2 types parabola. It's number 1. Case 1. What is that? If a is greater than 0, then it's parabola, but it's upwards. W-A-R-D, I think upwards. And 4 in spellings. So second case, if a is less than 0, then it's downwards. Okay, hope you got this. Yeah, why I am telling, okay, because already you know this, that is the reason I'm telling you upwards parabola, downwards parabola. I'm telling you because already you know this. Otherwise, it will be discussed later, but already you know, since you know already, therefore I'm telling you, mentioning this. Okay, now here comes the range. Why I'm telling all this? Whatever you already know, that's a thing which I explained now here. Yeah, why I'm telling you this is, see, range means, okay, here, okay, domain means already you know all the elements. Range means what, you know, for, see, for this x value, this is the y value. Okay, For this x value, this is the y value, right? Okay, so for this y value, if I take, for example, this is -1. If I take here -2, there is no x value related to -2. That is, -2 is not there in the range. I hope you got this. If I take -2, so I have to draw like this. See, for example, I am taking here 1. If I take 1, that is, what is this 1? I am taking y equal to 1, I am taking. Understand this. Y equal to 1, I am taking. Y value, I am taking 1. If I take y value 1, then what is the related x value? There are two x values. Here 1, here 1. Okay. If I take y equal to 1, okay, then what is x value? Two x values we are getting. That means what? Y equal to 1 is there in the range. But if I take y equal to -2 and draw the graph like this, perpendicular line I draw, perpendicular drawn. So for example, here I am taking. So if I take here I am taking this related to this, I don't know this whether it is -1 or not. Just a minute. I don't know this is -1 or not, but something is there here. I'll tell you what. Okay. Now that means what? Range is not all real numbers. Okay. So you may say this, sir, just now you told x square. So what we should do? We should start like this. X is a real number. Then x square is definitely a real number. X square minus 3x plus 2 is a real number also. Then, yeah, this is real number. That means here, therefore, range is f of x. This is f of x. So f of x is all real numbers. You may say that. But when x is a real number, x square is not all real numbers. X square is not all real numbers. Then what is x square? This is wrong. What is x square? X square is greater than or equal to 0. You should understand this. X square is greater than or equal to 0. So therefore, there comes problem. When x square is positive, x square minus 3x plus 2, then that becomes different. So therefore, what is range? Okay. How do you find range? Now, question is range. Range means minimum value, minimum and maximum. Okay. Range means what? Minimum and maximum. Okay. Here, if you see, the curve is continuous. Curve is continuous. Since we know it's parabola, since we know it's parabola, and you see the function, this function or curve is continuous function. Continuous, it's there. Continuously, it's there. Okay, that means if you find minimum and maximum, that's enough. What is maximum? Maximum is what? Up to infinity. Okay, then we have to find out its minimum value. Okay, we have to find out its minimum value. How to find minimum and maximum will come later actually. So now, I will tell you how do you find minimum and maximum value. I will tell you. Yeah, there are methods to find. Okay. Yeah, anyway, minimum, I'll give you one formula. That is range for this when A is first case 1. Case 1, range becomes 4ac minus b square by 4a to infinity. Okay, this is case 1, range for case 1. That means what? This is a minimum value, maximum is up to infinity. Case 2 is what? Downwards. Case 2 downwards. Then what is the maximum value? Maximum value is this. Maximum is this. And minimum is minus infinity. Minus infinity to 4ac minus b square by 4a. So again, you have to log in. Within 1 minute it will go. Within 1 minute it will go. Okay, I will tell you why this 4ac minus b square by 4a. I will tell you what is that b square minus 4ac by 4a. Minimum and maximum. I will tell you. Just I will explain you that. That is